All right, well, hi everyone. I'm going to use this Liquitex acrylic paint marker to do a kind of dry brush drawing of a hen. Obviously, I don't have a brush, but with these paint markers, these are the chunky 15mm nib paint markers, and if you don't overly prime the nib with paint and you work on a fairly textured surface like this watercolor paper that I'm using now, then you can get kind of a dry brush effect, as you can see. So now it's important to not grip the pen overly tightly or the marker overly tightly. Same with the brush when you're sketching away in this loose style. That said, I don't know if you noticed, but I did almost drop the marker pen on the floor. So you can go too far the other way. So we've got the beginnings of our hen there. And so now I'm going to start to block in some colour, but still kind of using the dry brush technique. And rather than trying to illustrate every single feather, I'm just following the contours of the surface of the animal and the plumage. Okay, well that one was orange, so this is Cad Red I've grabbed now. And I'm just switching to Prussian blue. And I'm going to use that in part because obviously blue is the complementary colour to orange, but in addition this particular hen has some rather dark feathers on its tail. And they're not blue in reality, but close enough for what I want to do. And I can also use that to pick out some regions of dark shadow and add a little bit of extra line work to define things a little more clearly here and there. And then there's another hen back here, so I'm just going to excuse me. I'm just going to pop this one in pretty much just outline, just to add a little context. So switching to burnt umber now. And then there's another hen, kind of just back here. It's just relaxing on the ground. I'm just going to grab my fine line watercolor markers. Whoops. So I'm just, hopefully you can still hear me, I'm just grabbing burnt umber and can't see what colour this one is, but oh, indigo, here we go. So let's see if I can just move this camera a touch closer without disturbing the system too much. There we go. So now, yes, I switch to Winsor & Newton watercolour markers, and now we can come in and add a little more. I mean, obviously this is very much a loose interpretation, but just coming in with the burnt umber, I could just add a little more in terms of defining lines and sort of adding to and enhancing some of those rather loose marks that I put down before. I'm just going back to the acrylic paint marker now. Again, burnt umber. I'm just going to add some deeper tone. To hopefully solidify things a little bit. I'll come back in with the orange. Back to the burnt umber. Could do with a touch of yellow, perhaps cad yellow. Touch of the cad red, but this time with watercolour. I'm just trying to find my burnt umber again. And then some lamp black, again watercolour. So we've just created, or I've just created, a very loose interpretation of 3 hens, but it's a lively way to work, and the dry brush produces some nice textures, especially when you work on a textured watercolour paper or mixed media paper. And these chunky markers are a nice way to be expressive and, you know, just put some colour down on the paper really quickly. And we've just realised in all of that I didn't have my light on, so let's put the light on so you can get a better look at the sketch. Yeah, there we go. Thanks very much for watching. Oh, I was going to say, you can of course then paint over this with conventional acrylic, or you can put some watercolour in the background, whatever you like. I think for this one I'll probably just put in some watercolour in the background and leave these 2 background characters unpainted. So I'll just leave the white, and then we'll have this guy here. So maybe a pale blue in the background, and then, as I say, leave these 2 unpainted. Okay, thanks for watching.